this is a really important video that I'm putting out there. And what it is we're questioning today how to spot bad acting. And the reason I say this is because I have seen filmmakers that maybe, I'll give them the credit that they understand shots. Like, I've seen filmmakers that don't, that are just like, let me just throw the camera out and, let's just do anything. And that's craziness, right? And that, we're not even talking about them. I'm talking about filmmakers that have done stuff in their career, and maybe they know how to do really cool jib arm shots and they drone shots, and there's really, some of them really know the technical aspect of it. And I can think of some filmmakers in my head, and some of the times I saw their trailers or I saw some of their films, and I thought, wow, this looks great. And then it was like somebody said a line, and it was like, oh no, like listen, this person's like, let's go to the gym, or whatever the line was. It was just horrible. And I question, like, you can't see that person like looks like a middle school drama student. Like, you don't get that at all. Recently was shown a trailer, and the person had spent a ton of money on this trailer, apparently. And some of the shots look good, lighting was okay, so he definitely had some right people there. But the second any actor opened their mouth, it looked like the worst thing you've ever seen. And I don't know if I have an answer in this video, how to spot bad acting. There's a word that I have looked into and I love it, and the word is knack. And I believe that knack is not focused on enough. That you have to have a knack for certain things. I can watch anything and go, good acting, bad acting, right? It's almost like poetry. It's tough to define, but you know it when you see it. I've heard the same thing for pornography. They say it's tough to define, but you know it when you see it, right? And the same thing goes for bad acting. But the key, and maybe the mystery of this, is that I don't understand how people can't see it. People can't see it. Now, I'm not talking where you go, yeah, I'm not a fan of Yellowstone or something like that. This person's overacting, or, whatever it is, right? One of those shows where you disagree, and that's an opinion, right? But I'm talking about where you watch something, you're like, oh no, like this is really, like no one sees how bad this is. So that's what I don't understand. I don't understand how people can see that, right? Look. Here's what I'm going to say to you as a filmmaker. If people have told you this, honest to God, and I'm guilty of it too, I haven't told these people. I would love to be honest with them, but I don't want to crush their dreams or anything like that. But, I just reach out and be like, look, you can't see it, but everybody on this screen is the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, they're horrible actors. That would be, I'd feel horrible saying that, but probably somebody does need to say that to them. But if you are that person and somehow or you're suspicious that you've had some bad actors, what I would say is this. As directors, as filmmakers, you need to tell people to do less, right? I just watched a film that we were re-editing, and the actor in the scene was almost like trying too hard. And that's the key, is the trying too hard. She told him a question, and he was like, what do you think? And it's like, that's you're just trying so hard to be an actor. Like, that's not a thing. You know what I mean? Like, when you look to the right, the look to the right should never be like, like the look to the right should just be a look to the right. That's what it was. That was just a real look to the right. I was just looking right there, right? That's what a look to the right should be. And so I would say, as a filmmaker, try to instruct your actors to do as little as possible. I directed a film called Ask Me to Dance. And in some of the cases, the dry cleaners, and there was another one, a tuxedo rental shop, we used the actual people that worked there for reaction shots. And in both cases, they were trying to ham it up a little bit. And in both cases, my direction between takes was do nothing. I want you to do nothing. And especially the tuxedo rental guy had a non-expression because the character in the scene spits out this like milkshake, and cut back to him with no expression, and it was hysterical, right? And the first couple takes, he was like, oh, you know what I mean? And it was like, it's fake, and when you had nothing, it was better. So, less is more in film. It picks up every nuance. And also, if you need some tips, I'll always recommend this book. I have read it so many times in my life, and I love it. And I'll never say, I've been in 40 movies. I don't need to read this book. I still love reading it. And it's Acting in Film by Michael Caine. There's a video series, but I highly recommend reading the book, Acting in Film by Michael Caine. Any director, producer, writer, actor should read that and know a little bit more about the craft from one of the greatest of all times.